What's up everybody and welcome to 5 Cool Mods. So this is a new series I want to start and it's basically just going to go over mods that I thought were really cool but not good enough to make their own video or not good enough to make it into Mods Weekly. These are all going to be much smaller mods that don't necessarily change the game in its entirety, maybe change a little thing or add in a small piece of clothing. With that being said, let's just get right into it. Legendary Overhaul is a mod that basically adds in a ton of new legendary effects to different weapons and armors in the game. By a ton, I mean 50. There are 50 new legendary effects between the armors and the weapons. It doesn't delete or change or make any modifications to the existing ones, only adding in a ton of new ones. None of the effects are really like super crazy or super out there. They fit very well into the Fallout 4 universe, and for that, I like this mod. So I decided to choose a few of the coolest effects, or at least what my favorites were, and show them to you. Betrayer is an effect that when you attack an enemy from behind, you'll actually ignore all of their resistances and do more damage. I have this on a melee weapon, but you could actually get this on guns as well. So if you're using a sneak build, the whole ignore all of their resistances aspect of this could be huge and definitely a very powerful effect. Next, I tried out the explosive effect. So basically it makes your ammo explosive, doing about 10 to 15 more damage in an area of effect around, your actual bullet. So you can actually shoot these at the ground at enemies and it will blow up and damage them or blow off limbs, and does have a little bit of area of effect damage, although not like overkill. It didn't feel overpowered, it just felt like a strong weapon. I think this was my favorite effect out of the ones I checked out, and basically what Gambler does is one of the rounds in your clip will do 3 times damage. So if you're using a 10mm pistol and there's 10 rounds in the clip, one of those rounds will do 3 times damage. You don't know which round it'll be or when it's gonna come, but one of them does a lot more damage than all the others. Obviously, if you get this on like a double barrel shotgun, that's going to be very strong. So last but not least, the one armor effect I chose to show you guys was unstable. And basically what it will do is if you are going to die, you'll actually just erupt into a nuclear explosion, damaging or killing all the enemies around you. How many pieces of armor you have on that have this effect determine when the cooldown is. Normally it's 5 minutes. So once every 5 minutes you'll be saved from death and erupt into a nuclear explosion. It's a really cool effect and it wasn't super overpowered. I don't think it's as strong as a Fat Man because, I don't know, a lot of the enemies around me didn't die. They were just heavily damaged. So I do like that fact. You still have to take on the enemies around you. It's not a complete get out of jail free card. It's just a you're not going to die right now card. But that's pretty much it. There are a lot more effects that I definitely recommend you guys check out. This is one of those mods that you install into the game and then forget you have there because it just fits in so well and it just really is quite functional. Up next, we have the Remington 1858 New Model Army Pistol. So this is a really cool pistol mod. It kind of adds in one of those pistols from the Wild West. That's the feel you get from it. It sounds really good, and I think that's one of the big things here for me as to why I liked this mod so much. This is made by Kovadonga, and if you don't know, that's the guy that made the M1918 BAR Redux, which was in this past week of Mods Weekly. So he definitely makes some pretty high quality weapon mods, and this is without a doubt one of those. There's not actually much to the pistol itself. There's 2 different barrels, there's only 1 grip and 1 sight, you can't change the ammo type, and there's 4 different receivers that just modify the damage a little bit. With all that being said, I had a ton of fun even in the short amount of B-roll I recorded with this weapon. When compared to the overarching amount of Desert Eagles, M1911s, and M9s, this was really refreshing and just fun to use. It does spawn naturally in the world on Raiders and Minutemen, as well as you can find it at vendors and a few specific locations on the map. If you're tired of the M1911 circle jerk like I am, I definitely recommend checking this pistol out. So there's not actually a lot to show with this mod, but it's just really cool in use. So Weather Synergy Merge Patch by WENDERER, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but whatever. What this mod does is allow you to use true storms and vivid weathers in tandem. When you're installing the mod, you actually have to choose which one you want to take priority because a few of the different weathers do overlap, but otherwise it works really well. I kind of feel like at this point in time, Vivid Weathers offers a lot of really cool weathers to the game, but True Storms have a lot more functionality and cool features, such as the fog sneak effect and the no rain indoors. They each have their own strengths and weaknesses, but I think this mod allows you to get the best of both worlds and really have the best possible weather experience right now. So Automathrone isn't really a practical mod, it's just more of a funny and kind of entertaining mod, and in my opinion, most importantly, a proof of concept. So what it does is add in this little throne with kind of sentry legs and just a regular like kind of beach chair or something on the top, It is found right outside Vault 111. Then once you get it, you could just drive it around using WASD, and that's pretty much it. That's the entirety of the mod. You can't shoot on it or anything like that, and you have to go into third person, obviously, to use it. Obviously, this just seems like a rough first draft of something like this. Why I think it's so cool is, one, it's actually a lot of fun to use and drive around the Commonwealth, but two, this definitely could be something that leads to something more, for lack of a better way of saying it. What I mean by that is, well, right now we don't have any car mods or motorcycle mods or anything like that, but I think this is the first step towards those mods. Yes, this one lurks kind of like haphazardly and it's a little bit dangerous in some instances, but it still functions the way a vehicle in the Fallout 4 universe would. And for that reason, I would definitely recommend checking it out and giving it your support, because I hope other mod authors, or maybe even this mod author, realize the potential this has to be a great mod and take advantage of it that way. Plus, frankly, again, it's a lot of fun. I'm not typically one for lewd mods, but this one's been on the front page of Nexus for so long that I felt like I should make a video on it. The Lacy Underwear mod's a good middle ground between just being completely nude and kind of scantily dressed. The model itself is really high quality and looks pretty good on your character, even if it's not my forte. Although without a doubt, I'd see how people get into this. It added a total new dynamic to the game. I was looking at some different things and my perspective changed as I was in combat and just doing different things around the map. Although the one thing I do really want to see from this mod more than anything else is bringing it to consoles. Obviously, he's probably gonna have to work around and change some things, but basically just changing the default player model on consoles and having this be what happens when you take all your clothes off would be huge. And I think it's a really good middle ground between, you know, again, nudity and not nudity. And that's it. That's the first episode of 5 cool mods. More so than usual, I asked you guys to comment down below what you thought about the episode. It's the pilot or just the first episode of this new series, so I'd really love to know how you guys think I should change it or what I could improve in the future. I try to make it a nice middle ground between Mods Weekly and, you know, not. It doesn't have the same production quality, so I could get them out a little bit faster, and I'm just kind of briefly showing you the mods. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have any of you checked out Pokemon Go? That thing is really cool, but yeah. So, see you all next time. Later.